The ship landed on the silver platform with a soft hum. Taeho stepped out and looked at the world around him. Everything was tall and beautiful. The buildings reached high into the purple sky. The air smelled sweet, like flowers he had never seen before. This was Velari Prime, home of the Velari Empire. A guard walked toward him. The Velari were tall beings with pale blue skin and silver eyes. They moved with grace, like dancers. This guard looked at Taeho with cold eyes. "You are the human?" the guard asked. "Yes, I am Taeho. I was assigned to protect Princess Nari." The guard made a small sound. It was not a kind sound. "Follow me. The queen wishes to see you first." Taeho followed the guard through long hallways. The floors were made of crystal that showed his reflection. Servants stopped to stare at him. Some whispered to each other. Taeho kept his eyes forward and walked with confidence. The throne room was the most beautiful place Taeho had ever seen. Light came through colored windows and painted the floor in many colors. At the end of the room sat Queen Sora on a throne of white stone. She was stunning. Her blue skin seemed to glow. Her silver hair fell past her shoulders like a waterfall. Her eyes studied Taeho as he walked closer. He stopped, at a respectful distance, and bowed. "So you are the human they sent me," Queen Sora said. Her voice was smooth like silk. "You are smaller than I expected." "I am average height for a human, Your Majesty. Humans are known for many things. You are emotional. You are stubborn. You form attachments too easily." The queen stood and walked down the steps toward him. "Why should I trust my daughter's life to such a creature?" Taeho met her eyes. Many would look away from a queen, but he did not. "Because those things you call weaknesses are my strengths. I will feel for your daughter. I will be stubborn in protecting her. I will form an attachment that makes me willing to die for her." The queen stopped. For a moment, something changed in her silver eyes. Then it was gone. Bold words. "We shall see if you can keep them. My daughter is difficult. She does not want a guard. She certainly does not want a human guard." "I understand. Do you?" "She has sent away 7 guards in 4 months. All of them were Velari. All of them were trained warriors. What makes you think you will last longer?" "I do not give up easily, Your Majesty." Queen Sora looked at him for a long moment. Then she waved her hand. "Take him to the princess." The guard led Taeho through more hallways. They stopped at a large door covered in silver designs. The guard knocked once and stepped back. "Enter," a young voice called. Taeho opened the door and walked in. The room was large and filled with books and strange machines. In the center stood a young Velari female. Princess Nari was perhaps 18 years old by human standards. She had her mother's silver eyes, but her skin was a lighter shade of blue. She looked at Taeho with clear displeasure. "A human," she said. "They sent me a human, Princess Nari. I am Taeho. I am your new Tomning. I am your new. I know what you are. I do not need a guard. I especially do not need a human guard." She turned her back to him. "You may leave." Taeho did not move. "I was assigned to protect you. I will not leave." Nari turned around. Her eyes were sharp. "Did you not hear me? I said leave." "I heard you, princess. But my orders come from your mother, not from you." Nari's face showed surprise. Then it showed anger. "How dare you speak to me like that? Do you know who I am? You are Princess Nari of the Velari Empire. You are 17 years old in Velari years. You enjoy building machines and reading old books. You have sent away 7 guards because none of them treated you like a person. They only saw a princess." Nari stared at him. "How do you know these things? How do you know these things?" "I read your file. I wanted to understand who I would protect. You cannot understand me. You are just a human. Your kind lives such short lives. You feel everything too deeply." "You are weak," Taeho smiled. "Maybe. But this weak human will not leave your side. So you should get used to seeing my face." For the next 3 weeks, Nari tried everything to make Taeho leave. She ignored him completely. She gave him wrong directions so he would get lost. She made him stand outside in the cold rain. She told him to wait in one place, then left through another door. Tae-ho stayed. He learned the palace layout quickly. He brought his own coat for the rain. He found ways to track where the princess went. No matter what she did, he was always there when she needed him. One night, Nari was working late on one of her machines. Tae-ho stood by the door as always. She looked at him with tired eyes. "Why do you not give up?" The others gave up. The others did not understand their purpose. They wanted respect. They wanted an easy job. "I want to keep you safe." The mother claimed it in 24. They wanted it e/. The others did not understand their purpose. "Why? You do not know me. I have been cruel to you." Tae-ho thought about this. "My father taught me that true duty is not about being thanked. It is about doing what is right, even when it is hard. Protecting you is right. So I will do it." Nari looked at her machine, then back at him. "You are strange, human. I have been called worse things." For the first time, Nari's lips curved into a small smile. It was tiny, but it was real. "I am sure you have." She returned to her work. But something had changed. The air between them felt different. Tae-ho noticed that she looked at him sometimes now. Not with anger, but with curiosity. The next morning, Nari did not try to lose him. She walked slowly so he could follow easily. When a servant brought her food, she asked for extra and gave some to Tae-ho. "You need to eat," she said. "A weak guard is no guard at all." Tae-ho accepted the food. "Thank you, princess. Do not thank me. It is purely practical." But her voice was softer than before. In the throne room, Queen Sora watched through a viewing screen. She saw her daughter share food with the human. She saw the small smile on Nari's face. The queen leaned back in her throne. "Interesting," she said to herself. Very interesting indeed. She had heard that humans were special, that they could make anyone care for them, that their loyalty was like a fire that never went out. She had thought these were just stories. Now she was not so sure. The queen called for her advisor. "Tell me more about this human. I want to know everything." 2 months had passed since Tae-ho arrived at the palace. Things had changed between him and Princess Nari. She no longer tried to send him away. She talked to him sometimes. She even asked his opinion on her machines. "This device will translate any language instantly," Nari said one evening. She held up a small metal object. "What do you think?" Tae-ho looked at it carefully. "It is impressive. You built this yourself?" "Of course. Who else would build it?" Nari sounded offended, but her eyes were warm. "I am not like other royals. I do not just sit and look pretty. I have noticed. You are always working. Always creating. Creating." Nari put down the device. "My mother wants me to focus on politics, on learning to rule. But I think science can help our people more than politics. Perhaps you can do both." Nari laughed. It was a beautiful sound. "You always say things like that. Simple answers to complex problems. Sometimes the simple answers are the best ones." That night, Tae-ho walked Nari back to her room as always. The palace was quiet. Most of the servants had gone to sleep. Only the guards remained, standing at their posts. Tae-ho stopped suddenly. His body became tense. "What is wrong?" Nari asked. "Something is different." "The guard at the end of this hall. He was not there yesterday." "Guards change positions sometimes. It is normal. Not without notice. I memorize every guard's schedule. He should not be there." Tae-ho moved in front of Nari. "Stay behind me." The guard at the end of the hall turned toward them. His hand moved toward his weapon. "Run," Tae-ho said. "What? I will not." The guard fired. A beam of light shot toward them. Tae-ho pushed Nari to the ground and rolled with her behind a pillar. The beam hit the wall and left a smoking hole. "Stay here," Tae-ho said. He pulled out his own weapon, a simple human pistol. "That tiny thing will not hurt a Valari," Nari said. It does not need to hurt him. It just needs to slow him down. Taeho looked around the pillar. The fake guard was moving closer. When I move, you run to your room. Lock the door and call for help. I will not leave you. Taeho looked at her. His eyes were serious but kind. Please, princess. I cannot fight and protect you at the same time. Let me do my job. Nari wanted to argue, but she saw the truth in his words. You better not die, human. Taeho smiled. I will try my best. He jumped out from behind the pillar and fired 3 shots. The fake guard dodged 2 of them, but the third hit his leg. He fell to one knee. Taeho ran toward him. Go now, he shouted to Nari. Nari ran. She heard sounds of fighting behind her but did not look back. Her heart was beating fast. She reached her door and pressed her hand against it. It opened and she rushed inside. But someone was waiting. Another figure stood in the shadows of her room. Before Nari could scream, a hand covered her mouth. She was pulled back against a hard body. Do not move, princess. A voice whispered. We do not want to hurt you. We only want money. Your mother will pay anything to get you back. Nari's eyes went wide with fear. These were not just assassins. They were kidnappers. Back in the hallway, Taeho fought the fake guard. The Valari was bigger and stronger. Each punch felt like being hit by a rock. Taeho was knocked down again and again. But each time, he got back up. Why do you keep fighting? The fake guard asked. You cannot win. Because she is counting on me. Taeho wiped blood from his lip. And I do not break my promises. He attacked again. This time, he aimed for the leg he had shot earlier. The Valari screamed in pain. Taeho used that moment to grab his weapon and hit him hard in the head. The fake guard fell and did not get up. Taeho ran toward Nari's room. The door was open. His blood went cold. He moved inside quietly. He saw them immediately. A dark figure held Nari with a knife at her throat. Another figure stood nearby, watching the door. Stop there, human, the one with the knife said. Drop your weapon, or I kill her. Taeho looked at Nari. Her eyes were filled with tears, but she was trying to be brave. He slowly put his gun on the ground. Good. Now kick it away. Taeho kicked the gun. It slid across the floor. Humans are so predictable, the second figure said. They always care too much. It makes them weak. Let her go, Taeho said. Take me instead. Why would we do that? You are worthless. She is worth a fortune. Taeho took a slow step forward. I am not worthless. I am the personal guard of the princess. The queen values me. She will pay for my return. The 2 figures looked at each other. He lies. Does he? The queen chose a human to guard her daughter. That is unusual. Perhaps he is more important than he looks. While they talked, Taeho moved slightly closer. He needed to be within arm's reach. Just a little more. Even if you are valuable, she is more valuable. We will take both of you. Fine. Taeho raised his hands. I surrender. Taeho. 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 He took one more step. Now he was close enough. In one fast motion, Taeho grabbed the arm holding the knife. He twisted hard. The figure screamed, and the knife fell. Taeho pulled Nari away and pushed her toward the door. Run to your mother. Now. The second figure attacked Taeho. They fought brutally. Taeho took many hits. He felt ribs crack. He tasted blood in his mouth. But he kept fighting. Nari did not run. She could not leave him. Instead, she grabbed the fallen knife and stabbed the first figure who was getting up. The figure collapsed. I told you to run, Taeho gasped. I do not take orders from you, Nari said. Together, they faced the last attacker. The figure looked at them both. Then alarms started ringing throughout the palace. Guards were coming. This is not over, the figure said. Then they jumped through the window and disappeared into the night. Taeho fell to his knees. His body was broken. Blood poured from cuts on his face and arms. His breathing was painful. Teho, Nari knelt beside him. Stay awake. Help is coming. Are you hurt? He asked. You are dying and you ask about me? It is my job. He smiled weakly. I am glad you are safe. I am glad you are safe. Guards rushed into the room. Behind them came Queen Sora herself. She looked at the scene before her. Dead attackers. Her daughter, covered in someone else's blood, and the human, barely alive on the floor. Get the healers, Queen Sora commanded. Save him. Save the human. Your Majesty, a guard said. He is just a human. Our healers do not know how to. Then learn. The Queen's voice was like thunder. That man saved my daughter. He will not die. I forbid it. Nari held Teho's hand as the healers took him away. Tears ran down her face. You foolish human, she whispered. You almost died for me. Queen Sora watched her daughter. She saw the way Nari looked at the human. She saw the fear in her daughter's eyes. Not fear for herself. Fear for him. The Queen felt something stir in her heart, something she had not felt in a long time. This human was different. He had done what 7 Valari guards could not. He had reached her daughter's heart. And in doing so, he had caught the attention of the Queen herself. Bring me reports on his recovery every hour, Queen Sora said. I want to know the moment he wakes. Teho woke up slowly. His body felt heavy. Pain was everywhere. But it was dull now, like a distant memory. He opened his eyes and saw a white ceiling. He was in the medical wing of the palace. He tried to sit up. A gentle hand pushed him back down. Do not move yet. It was Nari's voice. The healers said you need rest. Teho turned his head. Nari sat beside his bed. Her eyes were red from crying. She looked like she had not slept in days. How long? He asked. His voice was rough. 3 days. You were very close to death. Human bodies are fragile. The healers did not know if you would survive, but I did. Yes, you did. Nari's lip trembled. You stupid, foolish human. Why did you fight so hard? You should have let them take me. You should have saved yourself. Teho reached out and took her hand. I made a promise to protect you. Breaking that promise was never an option. Nari held his hand tightly. No one has ever done that for me before. No one has ever cared enough to almost die. Then you have been surrounded by the wrong people. The door opened. Queen Sora entered the room. She wore a simple dress today, not her royal robes. She looked less like a queen and more like a worried mother. Nari quickly let go of Teho's hand. Mother, I was just checking on him. I can see that. Queen Sora walked to the other side of the bed. She looked down at Teho. How do you feel, human? Like I was stepped on by a large animal, several times. The Queen smiled slightly. Your humor remains, even when your body is broken. That is very human of you. I try my best, Your Majesty. Queen Sora sat down in a chair. I have heard the full report. You fought 3 attackers alone. You killed one. You helped capture another. The 3rd escaped, but we are hunting them. You saved my daughter's life. I was just doing my job. No. You did much more than your job. The Queen leaned forward. The 7 guards before you. They were all trained warriors. They were strong, fast, and skilled, but when danger came, they failed. Not because they lacked ability, because they lacked something else. What did they lack? Heart. Queen Sora looked at him with those silver eyes. They protected Nari because it was their duty. You protected her because you cared. There is a big difference. Nari looked at her mother with surprise. The Queen rarely spoke this openly. I must return to my duties, Queen Sora said. She stood up. But I wish to speak with you privately, Teho. When you are recovered, there is something important I want to discuss. Of course, Your Majesty. The Queen left the room. Nari stared at the closed door. That was strange, she said. My mother does not visit sick people. She sends servants to check on them. Maybe she wanted to thank me herself. Maybe. But Nari did not sound convinced. Rest now, I will come back later. She left, and Teho closed his eyes. But his mind was busy. The queen wanted to speak with him privately. About something important. What could it be? It took 2 more weeks for Teho to recover fully. Human bodies healed slower than Valari bodies. But they healed well. When he was finally released from the medical wing, the first thing he did was return to Nari's side. She was in her workshop, building something new. Her face lit up when she saw him. You are back. She ran to him but stopped before touching him. Are you fully healed? Does it still hurt? I am fine. A little stiff, but fine. Good. Because I have been bored without you. No one else lets me talk about my inventions for hours. I enjoy listening to you talk. Nari blushed slightly. You are strange, human. That evening, a servant came with a message. The queen wanted to see Teho. Now, do you want me to come with you? Nari asked. No, she asked for me alone. I will be fine. Teho walked to the queen's private chambers. Not the throne room, but her personal space. This was unusual. Very few people were allowed there. The doors opened, and Teho stepped inside. The room was beautiful, but simple. Fewer decorations than he expected. Queen Sora stood by a large window, looking out at the city below. Close the door, she said without turning around. Teho did so. He waited silently. Finally, Queen Sora turned to face him. Without her royal robes, she seemed smaller, more real. Her silver eyes studied him carefully. You have been with us for almost 3 months now. In that time, you have done something remarkable. You have earned my daughter's trust. Do you understand how rare that is? I tried to be honest with her, Your Majesty. Nothing more. Honesty. Such a simple thing. Yet so many fail at it. Queen Sora walked closer. My daughter has been alone for a long time. I am always busy ruling. Her father died when she was young. She built walls around her heart to protect herself. I understand. I grew up alone too. Did you? Then you know the value of finding someone who sees past your walls. The queen stopped in front of him. They were very close now. I have been watching you, Teho, not just through reports. I have watched you myself. Watched me? I wanted to understand why my daughter changed so much, why she smiles now, why she laughs. The answer was always you. Queen Sora reached out and touched his face gently. You have a gift, human. You make people feel safe. You make them feel valued. Teho was very still. The queen's touch was soft and warm. Her silver eyes seemed to glow in the low light. I am offering you a new position, Queen Sora said. I want you to be my personal guard. You would leave Nari's service and serve me directly. Your Majesty, I am honored. But, let me finish. The queen's hand moved to his shoulder. This is not just about guarding. I am lonely, Teho. I have ruled alone for 15 years. Every day is filled with politics and problems. I have no one to talk to, no one who sees me as more than a queen. Teho understood now. This was not just a job offer. This was something much more personal. You want a companion, he said quietly. Yes, I want someone who will stand beside me, someone loyal, someone honest, someone who will not be afraid of me. Her voice became softer. When I watched you protect my daughter, I felt something I had forgotten. I felt hope. Hope that perhaps I could have someone too. Teho looked into her eyes. He saw loneliness there. Deep, old loneliness that had been hidden behind royal strength for years. He understood that feeling. He had felt it himself. Many times. Your Majesty, I am very honored by your offer. You are wise and beautiful. Any man would be lucky to stand beside you. But I made a promise to your daughter. She trusts me. She has let me past her walls. If I leave her now, it will hurt her deeply. And I cannot do that. Queen Sora was silent for a long moment. Her hand dropped from his shoulder. You would refuse a queen for a princess? I would refuse anyone for someone I promised to protect. It is not about who is more important. It is about keeping my word. The queen stepped back. Her face was unreadable. I see. You are dismissed, Taeho. He bowed and walked to the door. But before he opened it, the queen spoke again. Taeho. This conversation is not finished. I will give you time to think. But know this. I am not used to being refused. And I do not give up easily. Taeho looked back at her. Neither do I. Your Majesty. He left the room with a heavy heart. He had hoped the queen just wanted to thank him. Instead, he had walked into something much more complicated, and he had a feeling it was only going to get harder from here. Days passed after the meeting with Queen Sora. Taeho returned to his duty guarding Princess Nari. But something had changed. He felt watched wherever he went. Not by enemies, but by the queen herself. He would see her in hallways, at meals, at official events. Her silver eyes always found him. Nari noticed the change too. My mother keeps looking at you, she said one morning during breakfast. Did something happen? Nothing important, princess. You are lying. I can tell when you lie. Your left eye twitches a little. Nari put down her cup. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth, Taeho sighed. He could not lie to her. Your mother offered me a new position, as her personal guard. Nari's face went pale. What? When? A few days ago. I refused. You refused the queen? Nari looked shocked. No one refuses my mother. She always gets what she wants. Well, she did not get me. I told her I made a promise to protect you. I will not break that promise. Nari was quiet for a long moment. Then, she reached across the table and took his hand. Thank you, Taeho. I know that must have been hard. It was not hard at all. The choice was easy, but the choice had consequences. Over the next few weeks, Queen Sora made her interest known in many ways. She requested Taeho's presence at royal dinners. She asked him to walk with her in the gardens. She sent him gifts, fine clothes, expensive weapons, rare foods from across the galaxy. Taeho refused everything politely. He attended the dinners because he could not refuse a direct order. But he kept his distance. He was always respectful, always proper, and always just out of reach. This seemed to make the queen want him more. You are driving her crazy, Nari said one night. They were alone in her workshop. I have never seen her like this. She is used to people falling at her feet. I am not trying to drive her crazy. I am just trying to do my job. I know. That is what makes it worse. You are not playing a game. You are just being yourself. Nari smiled sadly. That is why everyone likes you, Taeho. You are genuine. In a world full of lies and politics, you just tell the truth. Is that a bad thing? No. It is a wonderful thing. It is also a dangerous thing. Nari looked at him with worried eyes. My mother is not cruel. But she is powerful. When she wants something, she finds a way to get it. I am scared she will find a way to take you from me. Taeho knelt before her. Listen to me, Nari. No one will take me from you. Not the queen. Not anyone. I chose to protect you. That choice is mine, and I will not change it. But what if she orders you? What if she uses her power? Then I will find another way. I promise you. Nari looked into his eyes. I believe you. I do not know why, but I believe you. The next day, Queen Sora summoned Taeho again. This time, she met him in a small private room. No servants. No guards. Just the two of them. You have been avoiding me, she said. I have been doing my duty, Your Majesty. Your duty. Always your duty. Queen Sora walked in a slow circle around him. I have ruled this empire for 15 years. I have led armies. I have made peace with enemies. I have done things that would break most people. And yet one human makes me feel helpless. I'm one. I do not mean to make you feel that way. I know. That is the problem. She stopped in front of him. Do you find me unattractive, Taeho? Is that why you refuse me? Time. No, your majesty. You are very beautiful. Then is it my age? I am older than you. Age means nothing to me. Then what is it? Why do you not want me? Her voice cracked slightly. The powerful queen sounded almost like a normal woman. A woman who was hurt and confused. Taeho spoke carefully. Your majesty. You are wise, beautiful, and strong. You deserve someone who wants you completely. Someone who can give you their whole heart. I cannot be that person. Because of my daughter? Partly, but also because I do not think you truly want me. I think you want what I represent. Queen Sora frowned. What do you mean? You said you are lonely. You said you want someone who sees you as more than a queen. But your majesty, I would always see you as a queen first. That is who you are. That is your strength and your burden. So you think I should find someone else? I think you should find someone who falls in love with the queen and the woman equally. Someone who can stand beside you as an equal, not as a servant. Queen Sora was silent. Her silver eyes were wet with tears she would not let fall. You speak hard truths, human. I speak the only truths I know. The queen turned away. She walked to the window and looked out at her empire. My husband was like that. He loved the queen and the woman. When he died, I thought I would never find that again. I thought power would be enough. Power is never enough. Not for anyone. No. It is not. Queen Sora took a deep breath. You are right, Taeho. I do not truly want you. I want what my husband gave me, and I have been foolish enough to think you could replace him. You are not foolish, your majesty. You are human. Even if you are Valari, your heart is human. Queen Sora laughed softly. Human. You say that like it is a good thing. It is. It means you can feel. You can love. You can grow. Those are not weaknesses. They are gifts. 1. The queen turned back to him. Her face was softer now. The hard mask of royalty had fallen away. I will stop pursuing you, Taeho. You have my word. But I want you to know that my offer still stands. Not as a lover. As a friend. If you ever need anything, you can come to me. Thank you, your majesty. That means more than you know. And take care of my daughter. She loves you, even if she does not say it. Taeho felt his heart skip. Princess Nari is my duty. I will always protect her. I do not mean protect. I mean love. She deserves to be loved, Taeho. And I think you are the only one who can give her that. Queen Sora walked past him and opened the door. Go to her now. She has been worried about you. Tell her that her mother is not a monster. Tell her that everything will be fine. Taeho bowed. Yes, your majesty. He left the room feeling lighter than he had in weeks. The queen had understood. She had let him go. But her last words stayed with him. She loves you, even if she does not say it. Did Nari really love him? And more importantly, did he love her? He walked toward her workshop, his mind full of questions. But one thing was clear. Whatever happened next, he would face it honestly. That was the only way he knew how to live. And it was the only way he knew how to love. Taeho found Nari in her workshop. She was not building anything. She was sitting by the window, watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and purple. Nari, he said softly. She turned. Her eyes were red. She had been crying. You were gone for so long. I thought my mother had finally convinced you. I thought you were leaving me. Taeho walked to her and sat down beside her. I am not leaving. I told you before. Nothing will take me from you. What did she want? She wanted to talk. To understand. He paused. She is not chasing me anymore. We came to an understanding. Nari looked at him with hope and fear mixed together. What kind of understanding? She realized that what she wanted from me was not really me. She missed your father. She missed having someone to share her life with. I could not be that person for her. And what about me? What am I to you? This was the moment. Taeho knew he could not avoid it anymore. The queen had seen the truth. Now he had to face it himself. Nari, when I first came here, you were just a mission. A person I had to protect. I did not expect to care about you. I did not expect to think about you every moment of every day. Nari's breath caught. Teho, let me finish. I have never been good with words. I am a soldier. I know how to fight. I know how to protect. But I do not know how to talk about feelings. He took her hand. All I know is that when you smile, my chest feels warm. When you are sad, I want to fix it. When you are in danger, I would tear apart the galaxy to save you. I do not know what to call that. I know what to call it, Nari whispered. It is love. You love me, Teho. He looked into her silver eyes. Yes. I think I do. Nari threw her arms around him. She held him tightly, like she was afraid he would disappear if she let go. Teho held her back. For the first time in a long time, he felt at peace. I love you too, Nari said against his chest. I have loved you for weeks. Maybe longer. I was just too scared to say it. Why scared? Because you are human. Your life is so short compared to mine. I will live for hundreds of years. You will live for maybe 80. I was scared to love someone I would lose so soon. Teho pulled back and looked at her. I cannot promise you forever. No one can. But I can promise you every day I have. Every moment. Every heartbeat. They are all yours. Nari smiled through her tears. That is enough. That is more than enough. The news spread quickly through the palace. The human guard and the princess had fallen in love. Some were shocked. Some were outraged. A human and a Valari royal? It had never happened before, but Queen Sora silenced all complaints. My daughter has chosen, she announced in the throne room. And I support her choice. Anyone who speaks against them speaks against me. No one dared speak after that. Teho was given a new title. He was no longer just a guard. He was named the Royal Protector, guardian of both the princess and the queen. It was a position created just for him. He would stand beside Nari at all public events. He would have access to every part of the palace. He was, in all but name, part of the royal family. Are you happy with this arrangement? Queen Sora asked him privately. I am, Your Majesty. Thank you. I am not doing it for you. I am doing it for my daughter. And perhaps a little for myself. She smiled slightly. You have changed this palace. Teho, you have brought warmth to cold halls. I did not think that was possible. Humans are good at that. We feel everything deeply. It can be a weakness, but it can also be a strength. I am beginning to understand that. Queen Sora looked at him with respect. Take care of her, Teho. She is all I have. Teho. I will protect her with my life. You have my word. I know. That is why I trust you. 6 months later, the galaxy was different. The story of the human who protected the Valari princess had spread to every corner of known space. Some called it a fairy tale. Some called it propaganda, but everyone agreed on one thing. It was remarkable. Teho stood on a balcony overlooking the capital city. Nari stood beside him, her hand in his. Below them, thousands of Valari and other species gathered for a celebration. They came to see us, Nari said. The human and his princess. I am just a guard who got lucky. You are much more than that. You are hope. She squeezed his hand. Do you know what they call humans now? They call them the heart species. Because you feel more deeply than anyone else in the galaxy. Is that a good thing? It is the best thing. It means you can love like no one else, fight like no one else, care like no one else. Nari looked up at him. It means you are exactly what I needed. Queen Sora joined them on the balcony. She looked out at the crowd, and then at Teho. You know, I never thanked you properly. For what, Your Majesty? For refusing me. If you had accepted my offer, you would have been mine. But Nari would have been alone. And I would have lost my daughter forever. She placed a hand on his shoulder. You made the right choice. The hard choice. That takes courage. I just did what felt right. That is exactly what makes you special. Queen Sora turned to address the crowd. She raised her hand, and they fell silent. People of the Empire, she announced. Today we celebrate something new. For centuries, we believed humans were weak, emotional, fragile. We were wrong. This human has shown us the truth. Emotion is not weakness. Love is not fragility. The willingness to die for someone else is the greatest strength of all. The crowd cheered. Taeho felt embarrassed by the attention, but Nari held his hand firmly. Get used to it, she whispered. You are a hero now. I do not feel like a hero. Heroes never do. That is what makes them heroes. That night, after the celebrations ended, Taeho and Nari walked in the royal gardens. The stars were bright above them. The air was cool and sweet. What happens now? Taeho asked. Now we live. We love. We face whatever comes together. Nari stopped and faced him. I know our time is limited. I know I will outlive you. But I have decided something. I would rather have 50 years with you than 500 years alone. Taeho cupped her face in his hands. I will make every year count. I promise. He kissed her under the stars. It was soft and warm and full of promise. Somewhere in the palace, Queen Sora watched from her window. She saw her daughter happy. She saw the human who had changed everything. And for the first time in 15 years, she did not feel alone, because she had found something too. Not a lover, not a companion, but something just as precious. She had found hope, hope that the galaxy was changing, hope that love could cross any boundary, hope that even a queen could learn new things. And it all started with one human who refused to give up, one human who guarded the princess, and won the hearts of everyone around him.